Michigan plays Rutgers 5:30 on Big Ten Network, and the 5:30 Mountain, and that's a Michigan's a 26-point favorite, and Houston has decided to blow the doors open on the Phillies. Looks like we're gonna have a 2-2 game here if this score holds. I don't know, Grant, if you're following it out at all, but right now it is in the top of the fifth. It is Phillies have or the Astros have scored 5 runs this inning, and they had the bases loaded, no out, and they're right now it's uh El, I'm gonna Alademus Diaz is up to bat. He's got a runner on first, 2 outs here as we record this. But it looks like we're gonna have a 2-2 game, 2-2 series. So the series is gonna be going back to Houston.
Back to
Hopefully I
Houston.
don't jinx this, and by the time you guys are listening to this, it is not 3-1 Phillies, but
Yeah.
to this point, and I'm gonna jinx it now, but the Phillies have yet to record a hit, Grant.
Oh, wouldn't
Yes.
that be a little something? That'd be a little fun for us.
Uh-huh. And they've had 2 base runners so far. They've had Marsh has drawn a walk and Harper has drawn a walk. Other than that, the Phillies have not had a base runner. So
Okay.
no-no's going right now. And I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see a no hitter in
I
the
dude,
World
I would
Series.
dude, I would love it. That'd be so cool.
Yes, but back to Michigan Rutgers. This is also a game where the last time Michigan played Rutgers was they subbed Cade McNamara in, and he led them back to a victory.
Mhm.
And then the time before that, when it was a night game, Michigan beat Rutgers 78-0. I hope the latter happens. I hope this game isn't play out like 2020 where they get down by like 21 points and they have to battle back and
Yep.
just something that shouldn't happen. But Rutgers has seemed to give him since Greg Schiano's taken over. He seems to give Michigan his best shot. It's going to be a scrappy game, but similar to what I said with NDSU and Western, just jump on them early. Don't let them hang around. Put them out of their misery. Knock their dicks off, and then go get ready to play Nebraska. If anything that I really want to see with this game is I would like to see Blake Corum not get 30 plus carries. I would like to see Donovan Edwards get more. I'd like to see him kind of divvy it up a little bit more. Try to take the load off Blake Corum in a little bit of a sense. Put him in the garage and try to keep him fresh because Michigan's gonna need him for these final 3 games, and they're especially gonna need him against the big one that Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Oh, without question, dude. And from the little bit that I was watching the game last week, when Donovan Edwards got the ball, I felt like this Michigan offense had a little extra step in it, a little extra juice. So I was kind of, as we get into November here, I'm kind of hoping this offensive staff gives him, more carries. Get out with you. Blake Corum does not need to rush the ball 38 times against Rutgers like Mo did last week. It's unnecessary. It's wear and tear that he doesn't need, and you need to save him. You need to save him for the home stretch. Because also you got Nebraska the week after, then you got to play a scrappy Illinois team with a good defense, and then the big one.
Who
So
and Illinois, just to backtrack a little bit, is probably going to be playing in Indy this year. And,
exactly. So
and
you play
to
two
with
times possibly in 3 weeks,
yep, and
and
like you said
with
with Donovan Edwards, he's a weapon out of the back, catching the ball out of the backfield. I think that's kind of where you see that explosion. But they have another running back that's a freshman, and I think they might tread. They've talked about wanting to get him on the field more. So hopefully Michigan jumps on him early, takes care of it,
yep,
and the running back's name is CJ Stokes. If they're able to get him 10 to 15 carries a game, get those reps up, you know, try to limit Corum's carries to 15 to 20 and less if you can. But it's college football. And Michigan is Michigan. You're gonna get their best shot because Rutgers is fighting for a bowl, a bowl spot, so we'll see
Yep.
what happens. And I'd like to see them improve their red zone efficiency. So
Well,
it,
and I
there's
think
things to work on.
yeah, that's the one thing. If you're a Michigan fan, you're this Michigan team where you sit back and you say, "All right, we can beat Michigan State, we can beat Penn State, and we can beat Rutgers with field goals." But when you get into the last 2 weeks in November, and if you're playing in January, that's not acceptable. And you need to start getting this red zone offense clicking now. So when you play those big games, you feel confident and you go, "Hey, remember when we ran this against Rutgers and it worked on this 3rd and goal from the 7? Let's go back to that concept." So then you have ideas, and you're not searching for ideas when you play those big games against against that team from Ohio, and then also in a Big Ten title game. You know,
Yeah.
let's get the offense rolling now, where you can say, "Hey, remember this concept? Let's go back to that." So you're not searching for one the week of that game.
Yep. And exactly. And